First, let me welcome you all. This is Brewing Knowledge Friday. Today is the 9th of May. We are reading the book with us, My Good School, where passion meets education. I happen to be the author of the book, and I have the privilege of having you all with me. Thank you for taking out time. I want to share a tab before I read the chapter. So, we started reading this book thanks to Suman, who's here earlier this year. So, what we have read so far, Praveen, there's a spreadsheet you can see. So, every
Yes,
time we read, we will write a date, we will write the page number, and we will give you a link where you can find a companion article to that chapter.
okay, sir.
So, before I wrote this book, I had been writing and advising schools across the country. So, my writings and all the information which came into the book came from my real life experience on the ground.
Okay, sir.
So whenever I wrote about a real life experience, I blogged. And that blog ultimately became one chapter of the book. And that's how the book came up. So you will find these cross references. This sheet reference is available. And after we finish, there'll be a YouTube link which will come here.
Okay,
So we literally create resources every time we have a session. And all our resources in the last 5 years have been created like this only. Every session is a resource in itself.
mm,
Does that help?
yes, sir. Yes, of course it is.
Okay. So we are talking, we just celebrated Rabindranath Tagore's birthday the other day, which is Thursday, yesterday. 8th, we celebrated his birthday, and yesterday we had a session called Thoughtful Thursday, which was dedicated to Rabindranath Tagore. How beautiful! Today, 9th, we are talking of his liberal arts education and his philosophy. Value of liberal arts education. Rabindranath Tagore envisioned an education that was deeply rooted in one's immediate surroundings while also connected to the cultures of the wider world. This is interesting. I want to pause here. Now, you all will feel this is where you are, aren't you? Predictated upon pleasurable learning and individualized to the personality of the child. He felt that a curriculum should revolve organically around nature, with classes held in the open air under the trees to provide for a spontaneous appreciation of the fluidity of the plant and animal kingdoms and seasonal changes. Education is freedom with responsibility, and this is only possible when our minds are free. We learn to delve deep within and think how each of our actions will affect the people around us. My favorite poem is that some people call it poem. I call it poem. Both are right. My favorite poem is that of Tagore. And this is what the whole liberal arts philosophy is all about. It was also read yesterday by Brinda Ghosh. I'm sure Manisha will remember. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments of narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Read today, even deeper significance. The world today feels the need for liberal arts education much more than professional, vocational, or technical curricula. The East scores over the West, as historically the former has been the cradle of civilizations and culture. The West today looks to the East for traditions and learning from the spiritual past. Education must not be experimental learning alone and should work to build our spiritual quotient. Education must help build our perception beyond the five senses: vision, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. There are more than 14 different types of senses as suggested by psychologists. For example, there are many people who can sense impending weather changes. My mother could always sense when I was about to make a mess. The sense, also known as eyes in the back of the head. And many people feel that they can sense when someone else is looking at them. The study of liberal arts makes us go beyond the physical self, and this is what makes it more interesting and relevant today. The term education encompasses a whole gamut of experiential learning, which is in a school, is given through teachers in the classroom, and often more importantly, outside. It is the nature of the experience and how it is designed to be imparted that makes the difference between a good school and an ordinary school. A liberal arts education is beyond simple Q&A and is more like fuzzy logic. Try and find out what fuzzy logic is. Let's see what fuzzy logic is. We just take a pause here. Fuzzy logic, if you look at all these colors, it won't show it like this. Let's see. Let me see if show you fuzzy here. Yeah. Difficult to perceive, distinct or vague. A picture is very fuzzy. The fuzzy line between right and wrong. Unable to think clearly. So, fuzzy in computing gives an infinite gap. So, it's like adjusting a grayscale in a picture. In your mobile phone, you can adjust a picture to the tone you want it by moving your hand slowly. So fuzzy is so huge that it can't be defined by one point. And fuzzy logic is when you can use innumerable combinations to define it. It helps us develop the creative infinite mind. So that's how the infinite mind is created. The study of science and maths helps us become analytical and find simple solutions for everyday needs, while liberal arts helps us develop and go beyond the finite. Maths, algebra, geometry all work on the realm of cause and effect and limit us to finite answers. True freedom will only come about with the development of liberal arts education. Many of the modern day curriculums lay emphasis on developing an analytical mind. This is done with research and experiential learning. I want to pause here and highlight what we do on the Saturday masterclass. That's exactly what we are trying to do to explain how research and experiential learning can create beautiful learning experiences for us. The Saturday masterclass is totally dedicated to this particular aspect. When I remember my school days, perhaps the most profound of learning experiences were the adventurous journeys and excursions. The midterm break in many institutions is meant for the students to travel, explore, and see the world. This is where, beyond developing great understanding, beyond developing a great understanding of living together, we are given a feel of nature. And that the world outside the simple brick and mortar classroom offers immense learning. Knowledge put to practice brings about real learning. Most of the outward experiences, the service projects, and even the sports camp gave us an opportunity to develop as better human beings. Artisanships and entrepreneur skills are passed over generations. And when I see the qualification levels of many such people, they are far more successful than those with professional, vocational, or technical qualifications. These individuals have learned the ways of the world and have a deeper understanding of nature as well as the resources they use for their livelihoods. The expertise of traditional medicine, home medicines, and life skills that liberal education provides is far more complex than the learning of a classroom based on science, technology, or maths. The leading universities in the USA and even UK owe their eminence to liberal arts education. In his book on the purpose of liberal education, Robert Harris talks about how liberal education represents students with at least six major benefits. Liberal education teaches students how to think. Liberal education teaches students how to learn. Liberal education allows students to see things whole. Liberal education enhances students' wisdom and faith. Liberal education makes students better teachers. Liberal education contributes to student happiness. Knowing more about life increases pleasure, Harris states. A cultivated mind enjoys itself and life, and knowledge makes you smarter, and smarter makes you happier. It has been proven that people who are highly educated have higher satisfaction in life. At the end of the day, we should all know that what we are doing, which is one of the reasons we study liberally. We are all truly blessed to have the opportunity to be liberally educated, and I hope we take full advantage of its benefits as we learn and grow. I'm pausing here for a moment. किसी के पास कोई सवाल है? अगर आप सोच रहे हैं मैं बहुत तेज पढ़ रहा हूं और आपको मेरे साथ पढ़ने में मुश्किल हो रही है, तो प्लीज हाथ उठा लीजिए। खुशी, आप यहाँ पे आए, थैंक यू सो मच, गॉड ब्लेस यू। Kushi, we don't have a rule of putting on the camera, which calls normally do. We don't bother about that. But if you can unmute and you want to read with me, I'll be very delighted to have you read a paragraph or two. Don't bother about the camera. Please don't put it on. Kushi, can you see the book or do you have the book with you?
Yes, sir, I'm having the book with me and I'm reading with you also here.
Brilliant. So you're following what I am reading with you. So stay
Yes.
unmuted. I want you to read at the bookmark. Start reading now. If you wish to, please read.
Yes, sir. Good schools should offer quality liberal arts education. As
Okay.
Thomas Henry,
Hang on. Now I will repeat it.
okay.
Good schools should offer quality liberal arts education. So when you read, please read every word and also understand that some of us here are for Hindi medium. We are not translating because we want them to put an effort to listen to the English word and try and form it in their minds. Okay? So you are the teacher of the class. Open your mouth, डोंट पुट ऑन योर वीडियो, ओपन योर माउथ, दिल खोल के पढ़ो और जोर से बोलो, ठीक है? दिल खोल के पढ़ो. Good schools should offer quality liberal arts education. Please repeat.
Good schools should offer quality liberal arts education.
On you go. All the best. Carry on.
Okay, as Thomas Henry Huxley puts in,
Okay, I'll read this. As Thomas
okay,
Henry Huxley puts it, secondly, secondly, इसका मतलब भी देखते हैं यहाँ पे. ये कठिन सवाल है, तो इसको हम ढूंढते हैं यहाँ पे, इसका मतलब भी ढूंढेंगे. ये है adjective. Second, especially of something written or spoken, briefly and clearly expressed. Use short, second sentences. इसका मतलब छोटा वाक्य आराम से पढ़ा जाए, जो आराम से समझ आए. अब आ गया पैराग्राफ, पढ़ लो थॉमस हेनरी हक्सले का. ये पैराग्राफ आप पूरा पढ़ोगे फिर रुक जाना. प्लीज रीड.
okay. That man, I think, has had a liberal education who has been so trained in youth that his body is the ready servant of his will, and does with ease and pleasure all the work that as a mechanism it is capable of, whose intellect is a clear, cold logic engine with all its part of equal strength and in smooth working order, ready like a steam engine to be turned to any kind of work and spin the goods hammers as well as forge the anchors of the mind, whose mind is stored with a knowledge of the great and fundamental truths of nature, and of the laws of our operations. One who stunted who stunted ascetic is laws of her is full of life and fire, but whose
Good.
passions are trained to come to heal by vigorous will. The servant of a tender conscience who has learned
कॉन्शियस बेटा, कॉन्शियस नॉट कंसाइंस, इट्स कॉन्शियंस. कॉन्शियंस क्या है? आपके दिमाग के अंदर जो अंदरूनी सोच होती है उसको कॉन्शियंस बोलते हैं. द सर्वेंट ऑफ अ टेंडर कॉन्शियंस. आगे चलो.
conscience,
कॉन्शियंस बोलो, कॉन्शियंस. इस वर्ड को
conscience,
हम तोड़ देते हैं. पहले बोलो कॉन,
con,
अब बोलो सीएन,
cn,
अब बोलो स.
so,
कॉन्शियंस. अब कट्ठा बोलो.
conscience.
ब्यूटिफुल, गॉड ब्लेस यू, वेल डन, कैरी ऑन.
Thank you, sir. Who has learned to love all beauty, whether of nature or of art, to hate all vileness, and to respect others as himself.
थैंक यू.
Science and
थैंक यू.
education. Okay,
आपने
thank you,
ये
sir.
बहुत डिफिकल्ट हक्सले के ऐसे का कंटेंट पढ़ा. हक्सले राइट्स डिफिकल्ट वर्ड्स. इसमें एक वर्ड आया था गॉसेमर्स, उसको देखते हैं हम. ये तो इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में ही नहीं है, इसको और ढूंढते हैं. सो गॉसेमर का हमको ढूंढना पड़ेगा. इसको आप गूगल करके बताएंगे गॉसेमर्स क्या होता है. ठीक है, आप ढूंढेंगे खुशी, या कोई भी ढूंढेगा. वो जब तैयार हो जाएगा बताएगा. आई विल रीड लिटिल मोर. While science and medicine help us with solutions and technology gives us convenience, it is the empathy and understanding of human nature which alone helps us become better human beings. Today, we find that the world is showing a renewed interest in the study of liberal arts and needs this as a savior of humanity. Good schools should offer quality liberal arts education. Is it clear why good school should offer liberal arts education? Anyone wants to ask a question? Yeah, Kushi, you want to ask something?
Sir, actually, I searched the meaning of Guzamers, and the meaning was something very light or delicate kind of thing.
या जैसे आप पतला लेस का पर्दा लेंगे ना, गॉसेमर, थिन, एब्सोल्युटली वेरी थिन, ऑलमोस्ट सो थिन दैट विंड कैन गो थ्रू, ये होता है गॉसेमर. गॉसेमर मतलब बहुत पतला, बहुत पतली मलमल. एक ऐसे जमाने में मलमल बनाते थे जो इस रिंग के अंदर से निकल जाती थी, इतनी बारीक मलमल होती थी. सो गॉसेमर का मतलब होता है वेरी फाइन, which is as good as not being there. Thank you for finding that word. Manisha ma'am, we have time to read the next chapter also, which is a companion to this chapter. Is that okay?
Yes, sir, we will be able to.
Praveen sir, anything you want to ask?
So, so while going this through this chapter, I had this reflection of arts liberation. So in our school, we tend to give students this art. They have this art periods, like they have dance, they have theater, they have music, they have life skills which they learn apart from their daily regular subjects like science, maths, English.
Yeah,
So I guess these subjects which are beyond the normal subjects like regular subjects, these subjects actually help students to understand the life, the experiential learning we were talking about. I mean, in theater, while we do theater, I take theater in school. So I have various exercises and activities through which kids understand emotions, human behavior, human patterns with different situations, how humans behave. So these are something which actually helps them to be a good human also, apart from
absolutely.
being educated and knowledgeable. It helps them. So this book
बहुत
actually,
अच्छा कहा,
yeah,
बहुत अच्छा कहा कि बीइंग ह्यूमन, ये जो
yeah,
वर्ड ह्यूमैनिटीज आया है वो यहीं से आया है, ह्यूमैनिटीज,
yeah, yeah,
बीइंग ह्यूमननेस। मैं तो बड़ा सिंपल इस वर्ड को कहता हूँ, ह्यूमैनिटीज। मतलब बीइंग ह्यूमन इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन एनीथिंग एल्स। और आप जब
exactly.
स्कूल से बाहर जाते हैं, जब आप लोगों से कनेक्ट करते हैं, कल्चर से कनेक्ट करते हैं, अब आप जो कह रहे हैं बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है। अब ड्रामेटिक्स इज नॉट रियली टॉट इन अ क्लास।
Yeah,
सिमिलरली म्यूजिक, लिबरल आर्ट्स, आप शांति निकेतन की जो फिलॉसफी है, जो उनका एंटायर एटमॉस्फेयर है, आप जो भी दुनिया में ऐसे एक्सपेरिमेंट देखेंगे, ये सारे ओपन नेचर के साथ होते हैं। And
yeah,
nature and nurture, I always say that if nature and nurture are with us, that is where we become better human beings. और आज की तारीख में हमारे पास नेचर नर्चर दुनिया में नहीं है, तो हम एनवायरनमेंट से बैटल कर रहे हैं, हम पॉलिटिक्स से बैटल कर रहे हैं, हम फाइनेंस से बैटल कर रहे हैं, हम टेक्नोलॉजी से बैटल कर रहे हैं, और हम इतने फ्रंट्स पे बैटल कर रहे हैं कि हम भूल ही गए हैं बैटल किससे कर रहे हैं।
exactly, sir.
So till we don't understand of humanity, of being human, yeah, Meenakshi, you want to add something?
Yeah, the thing is, the best of the engineers, the scientists, and all, you will see that they're very interested in humanities. It's not that they are not. Okay. And unless and until you understand humanity, you can't serve them in any sense, whether it's through science or through technology or through anything. So, understanding humanity is a must. So whether we do it
Absolutely.
through art or anything, that's a different thing. But we have to understand them, and to understand them, we obviously have to study history, we have to study art, we have to study music, everything.
Meenakshi, that's why the next chapter,
Right.
humanity must learn humanities. It may be by coincidence or through design, but the study of sciences in the modern world has been accompanied by the rise of crime and violence in the world. Are we to look at history and see how the human values and quality of life have changed with the advent of modern age of modern science? I've used the word modern twice. Students are made to choose between the science stream and humanities in the Indian education system, and they do not really have the freedom to choose what they want to study, with whom they would like to study, and how they want to learn. That's why we have My Good School. What we refer to as basic life skills and the needs of a society are not what science teaches. While science offers us tools to be analytical and offers a logical understanding of the material being, an understanding of humanities is indeed far more crucial for us to build a social and just society today. Science may help us build our ability to reason, but it is the humanities that will make us think and reflect. And even more valuable are the soft skills that are the bedrock of human understanding. Study of humanities to me is about being human and developing a feel for life. The word human is very much part of humanities. The need of this stream in our scope of study is indeed paramount. In the modern age, where economies are neither being run by the blue collar and strictly speaking, nor the white collar workforce, it is even more important for us to see how important the humanities is for building a better world. Science has evolved, and so has man's ability to challenge nature. As we produce more with the help of science, we also create more waste, crime, and destruction, and are headed to become a very unhappy consumerist society. The need for values and soft skills that come to us through our study of humanities is the need of the hour. In Delhi University, the top three women's colleges are also the best performing in the humanities stream. Liberal arts and the study of subjects like English literature alone helps us build the qualities of empathy, compassion, understanding, and some may say morals and values. What is needed is value based education and not just a debate between humanities and science. A country like Bhutan values itself as being high on the happiness index. The search for peace and happiness in the mystic Himalayas and the cures provided by traditional natural medicine all strengthen the belief that science does not always lead to human development. We need a spiritual self that is evolved and that places human feelings and well being above the simple study of logic and questioning mind. Humans need to study humanity, and being human is our first duty. It may sound like a cliche jargon, and may make way for us to wonder whether we have taught science the right way. Subject boundaries like the physical and gender divide have been created by practitioners and schools that want to maximize profits in the delivery of education as an economic activity. The great minds, philosophers, spiritualists, and geniuses did not choose between humanities or science. They were all humanists who used science as a tool to further their understanding of humans. An interesting word here. They were all humanists. Let's see what humanists is. A rationalist outlook or system of thought attaching prime importance to human rather than divine or spiritual. A Renaissance cultural movement that turned away from medical scholasticism and revived interest in Greek and Roman thought. A system of thought criticized as being centrist or the notion of the rational autonomous self and ignoring unintegrated and conditioned nature of the individual. So, humanist is being closer to reality, closer to having a feeling. And feeling can't be described, it has to be experienced. Humanists who use science as a tool to further their understanding of humans. The need of the hour is to be more liberal and use the fuzzy logic approach and deal with reasoning that is approximate rather than fixed and exact. A very nice example I will give you. Do you see this thumb? No two thumbs are same in the world. No two individuals are same in the world. So their understanding, their reasoning can't be the same. Everyone is special, everyone is individual. Science may give you numbers, it may give you counts, but it can't create that you which you are. This will help us value the study of humanities to further learning and help human mind evolve to an advanced level and not just push us to become scientists or mathematicians alone. The study of humanities will lead us to a more value based and learned society. The education system needs to be delivered as an economic model. Yeah. The study of humanities will lead us to a more value based and learned society. The education system needs to be delivered as an economic model, and learning should be the sole objective, not a mere outcome. Science is easy to teach and deliver, while humanities is infinite. And we do need to do a lot of research and reading to help build ourselves to be learned individuals. This is what happens, what makes perhaps makes delivery of science and the world full of inventions produce goods, services, and products that do not really help further humanity. The atomic bomb is the most extreme example of the use of science, which has led to create a world full of hatred and division. The learning of the Mahatmas, spiritual gurus, and preachers continue to act as balm and offer the peace of mind to humanity. Next week, we will go on to new teaching and learning approaches. I have snapped a bookmark. I will stop screen share here. I'll come back into the room and I will go back and share with you the reader for today for the people who joined late and for the people who want to share things ahead. This is an important exercise for you to understand. All our sessions are available on YouTube, so you can actually explain and use them for your learning and design. So we have read two chapters today: Value of Liberal Arts Education, Humanity Must Learn Manisha ma'am, what will be the date next Friday? 16th.
Yes, 16th of May.
So we will write the program for 16th May. And what is the chapter we just bookmarked? New teaching and learning approaches. So that's the chapter we will read next time. So we will mark it here. Can anyone tell me the page number? Khushi, can you tell me the page number for this chapter?
Yeah, the page number is 94.
94? Okay. So,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, actually, I had three questions right now in my mind. Can I ask
Please
you?
ask. Yeah, please ask.
So, I wanted to know that what exactly humanities is, and you described a line where it was like, in the modern age where economics are neither being run by the blue collar and strictly speaking nor the white collar workforce. So, what does it mean?
Beautiful. So there are two questions. Humanities is really understanding we humans as a part of an ecosystem wherein we exist equally. So whether it is a plant or it is an animal or it is a human being, we are all atoms and we all come into this world as being part of it. So there is something known as monoism, which believes we are all one. Now, I'm not going to go into any religious divide, but please understand, as you have the right to breathe, every living and even non living element has the right to space and breath. So, when you talk of humanities, you talk of an endless field where everyone has the right to live and respect each other. And when you read humanities, which means you understand how civilizations lived, you understand how environmental existence happens, then you see how as humans we should live and we should do things together. Now regarding white collar and blue collar, so when the industrial age came, we differentiated people. These people will work in factory, they are blue collar. These people will work in office and other desk jobs, they are white collar. But today this difference between blue collar and white collar has gone. Now I'll give you a small example. Let's go to a retail shop near you. The owner is not going to be sitting there. He will get up and greet you. The owner will even not direct a person in his shop to say, "Ye saman utha ke dikha do." He will go out of the way to win your favor so that you become his regular customer. Because what sells now is not a product but an experience. So when you have to sell an experience, then blue collar and white collar, somewhere in the middle, both have to collaborate in that one you. So that's the new person which you have to be today. जैसे कहते हैं ना, घर में सब काम करना पड़ता है घर चलाने के लिए. आपको खाना भी पकाना पड़ता है, आपको कपड़े भी धोने पड़ते हैं, आपको कोई काम घर में ऐसा नहीं होता है जो आप और हम मना नहीं करते. परंतु जब हम ऑफिस में जाते हैं, हम क्यों बोलते हैं ये आपका काम है, ये उसका काम है? वो जमाना चले गया. अब ऐसा कोई काम नहीं जो इसका और हमारा है. अब हमको टीम स्पिरिट के साथ आगे बढ़ना है और सारे काम करने हैं. खुशी, हैव आई एक्सप्लेन्ड ऑल योर क्वेश्चंस?
Yes, sir. I also want to ask you one more question, which is like, how can one know more about humanities? Like, I got to know from you about humanities first time. So, if I want to know about more about this, so what steps can I take?
बहुत अच्छे. दादी माँ की कहानियां. अपनी दादी माँ के पास जाके बैठो, अपनी माँ के पास जाके बैठो और उनको बताओ कि हमें बताएं दुनिया में क्या होता है और दुनिया कैसे चलती है. दुनिया किताबों से नहीं चलती. अगर किताबों से दुनिया चल रही है तो रूल्स बनते हैं हर एक चीज के. कई चीजें ऐसी हैं जो आप और हम सीखते हैं बिना किसी के सिखाए. अब छोटी सी चीज है, आप खड़ा होने कैसे सीखे बिटवीन 0 and 3 years, आप बोलना कैसे सीखे बिटवीन 0 and 3 years, आप एनवायरनमेंट से सीखे. तो इसमें इंपॉर्टेंट चीज क्या है? ह्यूमैनिटीज वो है जो आपको एनवायरनमेंट से कनेक्ट करती है, आपकी नेचुरल विजडम. अगर मैं सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बोलूं, जो नेचुरल विजडम है वो है ह्यूमैनिटीज. जो आपको प्रैक्टिस से आती है, आपकी एनवायरनमेंट आपको देती है। सर ने बड़ा अच्छा अभी एग्जाम्पल दिया कि हम स्कूल में आर्ट करते हैं, थिएटर करते हैं, म्यूजिक करते हैं, ये सब चीजें आपके आसपास होती हैं, ये किताबों में तो है नहीं, किताबों के बाहर हैं, और आप एक दूसरे के साथ व्यवहार करके सीखते हैं। ओवर टू यू खुशी।
Yes, sir.
एनीथिंग यू वांट टू ऐड?
Sir, could you please repeat what you said right now?
मैंने कहा आपने कुछ और ऐड करना है खुशी? प्रवीण सर थैंक यू। एक चीज और दिखाना चाह रहा हूँ प्रवीण सर, मैं इस शीट पे था, हम यहाँ ऐड कर रहे थे।
जी।
तो जब हम इस शीट में जाते हैं, हमने जैसे ये करा न्यू टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग अप्रोचेस टाइप किया, ठीक है। मनीषा मैम एक चैप्टर और भी हो जाएगा इसके बाद, ये चैप्टर सारे इंटरकनेक्टेड हैं। न्यू टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग तो हो जाएगा, एक हो जाएगा फ्रीडम टू परफॉर्म, दो हो जाएंगे अगली बार, बिकॉज वो कनेक्टेड हैं। जब आप न्यू टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग से करेंगे, इसके बाद नेक्स्ट चैप्टर है फ्रीडम टू परफॉर्म, ठीक है मनीषा मैम। इसका पेज नंबर बता पाएंगे मनीषा मैम? आपके पास किताब है?
Yes, sir, I have. Just give me a minute.
जी। किताब खोलनी पड़ रही है आपको। 98। हाँ। देखो संदीप दत्त को आप भगाते हो बहुत। तो अब मैं आपको एक चीज और पे जाऊंगा, किताब तो मुझे आपको दिखानी नहीं है। अब मैं वापस चला इसी पेज पे, ये हमने लास्ट टाइम ये पढ़ा था पेज 91 पे, ये लिंक है यहाँ पे। ये लिंक कहाँ खुलता है हम देखते हैं जाके।
So this is page 98.
हाँ मैंने डाल दिया।
Okay.
जब हमने उस लिंक को क्लिक किया प्रवीण जी,
जी सर।
ये लिंक यहाँ पहुंच गया। ये आर्टिकल पहली बार पब्लिश हुआ था एक ब्लॉग पोस्ट में, ह्यूमैनिटी मस्ट लर्न टू स्टडी ह्यूमैनिटीज। सो इसमें आपको कंटेंट पूरा मिल जाएगा, आपको किताब की जरूरत नहीं है, और आप आर्टिकल यहाँ से पढ़ सकते हैं।
ओके सर। ओके।
और मैं आप लोगों से ऐसे क्यों कर रहा हूँ, ताकि आप लोग इस चीज को महसूस कर सकें और आप लोग इसी एक्सरसाइज को अपने स्कूल में फॉलो कर सकें, ठीक है। अब आप जब यहाँ आप जाएंगे, यहाँ पे आप टाइप करेंगे न्यू टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग, जो नेक्स्ट टाइप का चैप्टर है ना जी,
जी।
तो हम सर्च करेंगे, ये आ गया, ये भी ढूंढ के ले आया जो हमने अगली बार पढ़ना है। तो ऐसे हम लिंक सर्च कर लेते हैं सर्च इंजन से, और इस लिंक को हम डाल देंगे कहाँ पे, जो हम वो शीट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं।
ओके।
आपके साथ पढ़ रहे हैं ना एक शीट।
जी जी सर।
अब हम वापस आ गए, यहाँ आ गया, नेक्स्ट चैप्टर है फ्रीडम टू परफॉर्म, ये आ गया। इस ऑथर ने सारा कुछ गूगल बाबा को दे दिया, और ये एआई जो है कॉपी करके यूज करेगा। एआई ये काम करता है। तो अब हम यहाँ पहुंच गए, तो अब हम देखेंगे यहाँ पे जो हमने हाइपर लिंक्स बनाए हैं प्रवीण सर, खुशी, ये आर्टिकल्स यहाँ पे आ गए। देखो अब हर हर किसी के पास किताब नहीं होती। खुशी के पास तो किताब है, प्रवीण सर के पास नहीं है। प्रवीण सर कहाँ से पढ़ेंगे? और प्रवीण सर ये किताब टेप नहीं सकते, बिकॉज पीडीएफ में मिलती नहीं है फ्री में।
यस।
तो आपको ऐसे मिलेगी ये इंफॉर्मेशन। और इसके बाद आज हम क्या करेंगे यहाँ पे, अभी हमने एक चीज नहीं डाली इसमें, अगर आप देखें, हमने लास्ट टाइम 9th में कोई चैप्टर पढ़ा था विजुअल आर्ट्स वाला, ठीक है ना जी।
जी।
अब मैं आपको दिखाता हूं हम कहाँ जाएंगे। हमारा ब्लॉग है happyteacher.in। मीनाक्षी मैम, आप happyteacher.in के बारे में कुछ बतानी चाहेंगी? why we have this blog, what do we do with it?
सर ये ब्लॉग इसलिए है,
Yes, Meenakshi ma'am. Manisha, can you tell us? I think Meenakshi has lost her connection somewhere. Why do you have the Happy Teacher blog?
Teachers are required to be happy all the time, and the happiness comes when we teach in the class or share our understanding with different people. तो जब हम शेयर करते हैं अपने आप के जो हमारे दिमाग की उपज है उसको जब हम एक दूसरे से शेयर करते हैं तो हमारे आइडियाज न सिर्फ मल्टीपल टाइम्स फोल्ड होके दूसरों के पास जाते हैं बल्कि उनकी भी आइडियाज हमें चाहते हैं। तो जब हैप्पी टीचर्स में हम अपने ब्लॉग्स को लिखते हैं वो पब्लिश होते हैं। किसी के भी पास अपने बात को पहुंचाने का सबसे आसान माध्यम आजकल हो गया है ऑनलाइन। सो पोर्टल के थ्रू हम अपने आप को, अपने दिमाग के ऊपर और अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग को हम शेयर करते हैं। सो हैप्पी टीचर्स इन एंड नीचे अगर हम जाएंगे अपने वेबसाइट में तो हमारा बच्चों का आ जाएगा जॉय ऑफ लर्निंग। तो जब हम हेड स्टैंड करते हैं तो इट इज हैप्पी टीचर एंड पैरों पे खड़े होते हैं तो जॉय ऑफ लर्निंग। बट बच्चे ही हमें अच्छे और हैप्पी टीचर्स बनाते हैं। सो दिस इज व्हाई इट इज नेम्ड एज हैप्पी टीचर्स।
साक्षी प्लीज म्यूट कर लीजिए। Thank you, Minakshi and Manisha, for helping us understand as to why we have this blog. And if I go onto the Teachers Academy blog, so if you go there, what I was trying to show you is the yesterday's session recording. Praveen ji, जो कल हमारा session हुआ था ना, उसकी recording और उसकी post यहाँ पे है।
ओके सर।
सो यहाँ पे हर एक चीज का हम जर्नल बनाते रहते हैं डायरी में ना, जैसे जो भी सेशन हुआ उसको चले जाते हैं। पिछली बार हमने ये किया होगा, हाँ ये हमारी किताब लास्ट टाइम जो हमने पढ़ा था, फिफ्थ था ना हमारा लास्ट को रीडिंग। व्हेन वाज ये फिफ्थ था रीडिंग? व्हाट वाज द लास्ट रीडिंग मनीषा?
यस सर,
दिस वाज द लास्ट रीडिंग सेशन वी डिड।
the last reading session we had was maths.
The annual day, right? So we talked about the annual day. So
Yes.
इसका जो YouTube है ये YouTube पे भी अवेलेबल हो जाता है। तो
वेलकम टू ब्रूइंग नॉलेज फ्राइडे।
इसको मैं ऐसे कॉपी
वीकली
और मैं वापस आ जाता हूँ यहाँ पे, अपने वहां पे डाल देता हूँ जो ब्लॉग था ना सर आपका, वहां पे आर्टिकल डाल देते हैं। So that's how you will find the articles and the blogs. Any question? Kunal, thank you.
Excuse me,
Khushi,
sir.
excellent questions. Yes, Khushi.
Sir, actually, I wanted to thank you for inviting me in this session, and I got to know a lot from you and your book, especially. So, thank you so much.
खुशी, मुझे खुशी और ज्यादा होगी जब आप और साथ अपने फ्रेंड्स लेके आओगे और जीएसए काउंसिल पूरा लाओगे।
In this meeting?
Absolutely.
Okay, sure. My friends would love to come here and learn a lot of things from you.
Sir, more the merrier. All are welcome. साक्षी, थैंक यू, गॉड ब्लेस यू। साक्षी, आपने कुछ सुना, पढ़ा, कुछ किताब के बारे में समझ आया आपको? अनम्यूट करके बताओ। कुछ कोशिश कर रहे हो? खुशी सेज थैंक यू। मीनाक्षी?
साक्षी पाल मैम, आप अनम्यूट करके कुछ कह सकेंगे?
मैं अनम्यूट तो मैं कर देता हूँ साक्षी को बात करने के लिए।
साक्षी बात कर लो थोड़ा सा, हम लोग को भी अच्छा लगेगा।
अगली बार करेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच। इट्स 6:15। प्रवीण सर, थैंक यू, दैट्स अ लिटिल सेशन।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू
साक्षी ने हेलो कर दिया। थैंक यू साक्षी। हेलो हेलो हेलो। साक्षी ने हेलो कर दिया। ब्यूटीफुल, गॉड ब्लेस यू। उसका हेलो आ गया मैम।
हाँ जी सर।
प्रवीण सर, एनी फीडबैक यू वांट टू गिव अस बिफोर यू गो?
Sir, this is actually a very, very, awakening session, I would say. जैसे आपने बोला था उसमें कि value based learning.
जी जी।
So this is what we actually need in this current society, this scenario जहाँ पे सब कुछ what I say ये एक रील वाली दुनिया हो गई है. It's like
रील वाली
10 to 15 seconds life. हर चीज की 10 से 15 सेकंड की लाइफ हो गई है सर.
हमने तो 45 मिनट पकड़ के रखा आपको।
तो यहाँ पे दिस रील थिंग हैज वो अटेंशन स्पैन जो बच्चों का होता है वो इतना कम हो गया है. दे आर नॉट इवन बॉदर्ड कि कहाँ पे वैल्यू है, क्या वैल्यूज लेनी है, क्या नहीं लेनी है. दिस सेशन, दिस बुक इज रियली हेल्पफुल सर.
तो प्रवीण सर, मैं आपको इंटरेस्टिंग चीज बताता हूँ। संडे को हमारे 2 घंटे निकल जाते हैं, पता नहीं लगते। तो हमने एक्चुअली क्या किया, दुनिया डिबेट कर रही है डिवाइस और नो डिवाइस। मैंने कहा डिवाइस तो है, क्यों ना उसको बेटर यूज करो।
Exactly. Yeah.
So we took that approach in 2021 where we said okay डिवाइस है तो इसका मतलब किताब का पन्ना सब जगह पहुंच सकता है, किताब का पन्ना सब जगह पहुंच सकता है तो मतलब आवाज सब जगह पहुंच सकती है, आवाज पहुंच सकती है तो दिल मिल सकते हैं, दिल मिल सकता है तो फिर खुशी फैलेगी ना.
Exactly, sir.
That's the technology we have used at my good school, and that's our long community story. So thank you so much. It's a wonderful evening. We will
Thank you so
meet
much.
next Friday again. We will add the reading sheet lower in WhatsApp because some of you have joined. You can refer to it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Manisha, you want to close with something?
Yeah,
Manisha?
good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining. For closing, I would request everyone to join for our tomorrow's class, master class, as well as for Sunday, 10:30 to 12:30. You would love that session, and once you will join on Sunday, you will never forget that Sunday always comes with a. I'm sorry, my Sunday always comes with a positive note, and you will not hesitate to write to us the reflections for. So it's going to be a new and very lovely sessions for you. So please join on Sunday. Link will be there in our WhatsApp group. So please copy the link from there and please come. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.